I'm trying to get out in between storms. It's been raining relentlessly for at least a month. Very strange rain. You can see over here, that's not too bad, but off to my right and where I'm going up into the mountains, looks like it could rain some. I'll show you when I get a clear shot of this. I tell you, if you're a lover of clouds, the last month has been awesome. Some really crazy, intense looking clouds. From the really big, bright, fluffy, marshmallow looking dudes over there to just crazy. And then thunder and lightning, really bassy, loud stuff. It's been really good. I mean, this is monsoon season here in northern Arizona, but the strange thing is, for about 2 weeks out of that month, they weren't monsoon storms. It was a tropical storm that had somehow rolled through here. So the only problem with this is there's been a lot of floods. Like, I guess down in Phoenix has been crazy with floods. I've seen stuff on the news. You know, of course, people in their cars trying to go through it, and they're up to about midway up their windows. You know, you got to be smart about it. And then up in Flagstaff has been pretty bad too, especially where there was a fire up there. Now it's just a burn scar that's getting floods going on. But here, it's been pretty good. The only problem I have with it is at my house, I live right up against the mountains. In the mountains, but right up against the bigger mountains. And it's almost like those mountains, they stop the clouds from coming right over my house. So you'll look 360 degrees around, you'll see it's raining, pouring everywhere, except for where I'm at. But I do get the wild humidity going on, and I've been trying to work out in the garage, getting some stuff done this week, and it's just been, wow, it's like working in a sauna. I feel like I'm down in Louisiana or Georgia or Florida or somewhere down in the Gulf Coast, because it's wicked. Heading up now into my local mountains. I was gonna cook some lunch in between these storms. I was just driving up here about 5 minutes ago, and I obviously have my windows down, and oh my god, it scared the crap out of me. I thought my awning was flying off the car. Like, I thought it was ripping the roof off and dragging down the side and flying off the car. Turned out to be thunder. It cracked right over the top of me, and it was like metallic loud, you know? It's like when you hear certain things, you can tell that was a metallic sound, that sounded like plastic hitting something or glass. Yeah, it sounded metallic. It was very, very loud. So might get some of those cracks up here. Definitely road erosion. This track bringing me up in here, kind of steep, the only way for water to get down, so it's eroded it a little bit, almost like driving up a dry creek bed. All right, I know that I've forgotten some things over these trips, you know. Little thing here, little thing there. Like hot sauce for my burrito or... Oh my God. I totally forgot to pack my two soft thing, my front runner kind of soft bags that is completely full with all my cookware. Pots, pans, salt, pepper, plates, forks, knives. So what I have is this, and I have my little cooler, my little cooler right here, little angle with a steak in it, some cauliflower, and some broccoli. I was gonna try and steam some vegetables with a steak. I got my chair, I got my table, brought the cooker, but I didn't bring... I can't believe I did that. You know, I used to have in my little emergency bag a pan in there, but I'm pretty sure that I took that stuff out when I built the what I call my little kitchen bag, you know? My little kitchen bag. So let's see. These bags are supposed to be like, you take the time to prepare it, right? And if you ever need it, when you open it, there better be stuff in there. So we'll see. Let's see what's in here. I've got a jacket. I've got a jet boil. I've got hand cleaner. This cool little Holtzbrook mini camp axe. I've got, beef stroganoff, beef stew, emergency fire starters, emergency bivvy, more food over here, tarp, lasagna with meat sauce, toilet paper, most important. Can't even see what's down there. A hat, a boonie hat, and actually it used to have water in there, in that side. But I don't. I carry the water in a milk crate inside the car now. If you can see the milk crates back in there. 2 milk crates. One of them has tools, straps, gloves, you know, stuff like that. The other one is water, paper towels, toilet paper, stuff like that. Stuff that you always want in your vehicle. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I travel, even if I'm not like doing an off-road trip or an adventure trip. I used to travel from Los Angeles to Vegas, or, you know, LA to Phoenix, or into Texas or wherever. Those long trips, you got to have the essentials when you're going across in the middle of nowhere. So let's try and let me see if I can redeem myself here. I can't believe I did that. I'm gonna try and come up with an excuse right now. So the last time I had it all out was when Niels was in town. We were doing some Can We Survive trips together, and we had the Land Cruiser 80 and the Jeep Wrangler out. 2 vehicles, one of us in each vehicle, and I had my 2 bags with me, and I built 2 other bags for him because he was cooking some crazy stuff, and he required a lot more spices and things and different pots and pans. So, but when we finished those trips, I took it out, I put it inside, and I just recently went through it all, made sure it was all good, but it's sitting inside the house, which is usually in the garage next to, that's not a good excuse, is it? It's usually next to the Coleman here. And I was inside, I packed up the food, and literally I just double checked those bags this morning, And I didn't take, the reason why Buck was sitting there and he was giving me the sad eyes, that he wanted to come with me, but I kind of just had everything thrown in here. There was no place for him to hang out. I didn't want anything to slide into him, so. All right, I'm gonna see if I can redeem myself. I spent the last 5 minutes freaking out again because I couldn't find any utensils. All my utensils are in those bags, and I thought I had some in here. I definitely have this other pack that I carry that has like it's got a Glock 19 in it. It's got a couple magazines. It's got knives, fire starting stuff. It's got utensils and stuff like that in it. That's one that well, anyway, long story short, I did find this. Look at this thing. So it's a Eaton Tool XL from Circuit, Columbia River knife and tool, whatever. So it's one of those kind of do all good at nothing things. So I am not going to be defeated. I will not be defeated. 1 3/4 cups. I cannot believe it. I've got a steak in there and some fresh veggies, and I'm going to be doing this. Learned a valuable lesson, I can tell you that. All right, so this thing has actually got markings on the inside. Looks like in ounces. 1 and 14 fluid ounces. There's a 16 mark in there. What are these things? These are about 16.9. You got to be a little bit careful about how much water, because you can make these things like soup. Make them like soup. I'm going with beef stew. Where's the desiccant? Dude, this sucker was hiding in there, man. If you don't take these out, it was buried in there. Almost looks like croutons right now. Pretty cool. Can't believe I'm gonna eat with this thing. You guys always give me a hard time about my long spork, but this thing, it feels like you could hammer a nail in with. So learned a couple valuable lessons. And this is something that's not like, you never have things 100%, right? You're always kind of adjusting on the fly. When you come across something that's kind of a big, major, like, oops, you know? I know, see, the thing is, I used to be able to cook out of these bags. But the pan that I had in there, I put in my cooking kit. And what that did was, it made it to where these bags were only good for backpacking meals or MREs if I had one in there. And that's okay, but then the silverware, like I've got 5 sets of forks and knives. They're all in the same bag. And I've got 2 setups like this with these bags, and they're in 2 different vehicles, and they're not exactly the same. They're almost the same, but I had to kind of spread out things. Makes no sense. We're currently rehydrating. Got this right here. Yeah, good lessons learned today. I don't ever make like a checklist or something like that. Like, I'm not that crazy about stuff. But, I mean, I'm still trying to come up with excuses. Because I have a lot of different vehicles that I adventure in, that was the whole idea behind these bags, was that if you didn't have stuff in the vehicle that you left in there permanently, you would have it with the bag. I think that's my solution, is just to go back through my little, they're actually not little, pretty good size. Go back through these emergency bags, supply bags, and reevaluate what I have in there. Every vehicle I always have water in. Every vehicle. I have... I can't believe I forgot my 2 big bags with pots and pans in it. They're called the kitchen bags. I even put the labels in because the bags come with like hard labels. You can slide in one of those little clear ID ports. And I've actually labeled them both kitchen today. Earlier this morning. Looks like that storm is staying away. It started over there. It's staying around that side. If you look back here, beautiful. Blue skies. This is kind of what I was talking about. These mountains here, I back up to these mountains. And what it did is when it hit the mountains over here, it went out toward the valley, which is that way. Valley time. It's been I always say it, but I don't eat steak all the time. It's probably been, well, the last time you saw me cook a steak, which has been months. I mean, I had some good food when Niels was in town. We didn't have steak. We had ossobuco and some paschetti and stuff like that. So that was good. But so I thought I'd treat myself. It was $10 for one steak, and that wasn't even like the ones you pick out and they wrap in the brown bag. This is one that was like in the little foam with the, I don't know, I didn't buy it. I usually buy my own stuff when it comes to this camping stuff. I tell you, it's about maybe 70 degrees, maybe right around 70, 73 degrees F, a little breeze and no sun. It's like fall weather. It's so nice out right now. Just in case you were wondering if this was like one of them YouTube setup videos, I don't know who would avoid their steak and fresh vegetables for a backpacker's meal. So I've got a nice thing of broccoli. I'll have to make it at home. Big old football of cauliflower. And then from Sprouts, steak. And then my couple little Arctic ice thingies. Keep everything cool. That's what I was supposed to be cooking today. It's actually, I'm not even mad, right? I'm not even mad about it because I really like learning. I wouldn't say necessarily learning lessons, but that's what this is, all right? Lesson learned. Time to reevaluate your gear. So the bag again. This is a weird thing. This bag actually goes between this and the Lexus, which are kind of my main 2 things I've been using over the last 6 months or so. The other bag stays in the Jeep. And in the Jeep, I've got that shelf. I got a video about it, a front runner shelf that's here, and it's got a couple front runner boxes. It's got its own kitchen thing in there. So it's like you can jump in the Jeep and it's got everything. You don't need to load the bag. You don't need to load recovery gear. You don't need to load the kitchen bag. It's got everything in there, right? Everything. So the strange thing is I don't use it that much, right? I don't use it that much, but I leave it, make sure it's always been fully set up. But I don't use it that much. I had thought about selling it, but I think it would be a big mistake because I could never afford to put something together like that. That was back when I had 5 jobs, when I bought that and fully decked it out. It's totally paid for too. It's totally paid for, so it doesn't cost me anything. I feel guilty. They're like, well, use it. I'm like, yeah, I know, I do. But I put so much work into this. This is super fun to take out because all the work I put into bringing it back, and it's got that character of being an older vehicle. But when it's really, really bad, the Jeep is really my only option. And that's a good thing, right? That's a real good thing. I think we're about ready to eat. All right. So in celebration of screwing everything up, I'm not even gonna get out my chair. It's sitting right there. I always remember my chair. Punish myself. A little tailgate action. All right. It looks a little pasty in here. Usually I overwater these things, but this time what I did was I put like just almost enough to where it can rehydrate. And then at the end I put a little cold, just the regular water in. Adds a little bit more water content, but it also helps cool it down quicker so you can eat it. Not that good. I mean, if you didn't have anything else, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, you guys. I've had MREs that are better than this. It's kind of soupy, so it's not like I don't have enough water in there. It's got this it's kind of like pasty almost. Like, look, if I dump I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you see that stuff on the spoon? It's almost like a cornmeal paste kind of. It's all right. I mean, I'm thinking about everything that's in there. It'll be midnight tonight and I'll be saying to myself, I can't believe I forgot my kitchen bag. Interesting. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to like little trinkets and gear, stuff. It's fun for me, whatever. It's a hobby. Call me crazy. So, coming up with a solution for this is going to be fun. It'll be fun for me. So, a little bag, like this is another med kit. So a bag about this big. When I say little bag, a bag about this big. And in here, I think everything that I have in, because this bag I can put like in the center console, in the glove box, but I'll make a bag like this for each vehicle, right? And I'm thinking about what I have in, I don't even know what to call the bag. It's a bag that a lot of people, I say a lot of people, kind of the survivalist people, they carry with them at all times. They're like single strap, kind of man purse. And that's where they keep their gun and all this stuff. But for me, what I have in there is I have chapstick, Carmex, chapstick, Carmex. I keep MRE spoons in there. Those MRE spoons are actually, they're pretty tough. If you get MREs, keep your brown spoon. They work really good because they don't just snap like, plastic cutlery. I have like a compass in there. I have the regular fun stuff, the fire starter with the ferrocerium rod, some little cubes that you can light, a lighter, a flashlight, a pocket knife of some kind, like, one of these guys. So this is my 0 tolerance knife right here. It's nice. This one is pretty lightweight, but not feeling like it's flimsy at all. But oh my God, this blade is ultra sharp. So I have a Spyderco in there that I got like 20 years ago. A nice big Spyderco. It's actually called the police model. It's got some small serrations on it, and it's a pretty good size. It's big stainless steel type job. So flashlight, knife, and then, it opens up and I can put my gun in there. Like I usually put my 19X in there, Glock 19X. I have a spare mag in here and no gun. I did bring my, this is my Sig Sauer little fella. Oh my God, I can't even think of what it's called. P365. I have it in here, but when I sit down, Well, I didn't finish it all. but it was all right. It was all right. When I do stuff like that, I'll go off and find like a flat rock or something and dump the food on there. And then you take your bag, obviously, out with you. But then the animals can come try the beef stew. Oh, they will. Believe me, they will. This is a good learning experience for me and for some of you. I'm going to give you a scenario. When Niels came to town and we took 2 vehicles out for an adventure, we were doing overnighters. I spent a few days before he got to town collecting all my gear. One problem I found is I have it spread all over. One's in my little workshop garage, some is in the main garage, some was in the house, some's upstairs. It was just stupid. The thing that's dumb about that is that you'll forget that you got something. You know, if you buy it, you're gonna get it because you want to use it. So I kind of organized all that together. But then what I did was I over-geared everything because I didn't want to be, we were going to be out and having fun, and I wanted him to have all the cooking stuff that he needed, and you know, as far as extra blankets and sleeping and pillows, he brought everything. The back was full. Well, right now it's almost empty. So this is kind of the juxtaposition of that trip, right? Not enough stuff here, too much stuff there. A lot of people, they put in drawers and stuff and all that, and that's great. The stuff stays in there, but I can't outfit every one of my vehicles like that, and I don't really want to be tied down to a system necessarily at this point right now. So it brings up a good point. I'm close with the bag. I think a little bag to supplement that stays in each vehicle, right? I forgot to say the other stuff, you know, just think of the basics. Paracord, right? Miniature first aid kit, one of those small, kind of like flat ones that has basic stuff, some gauze, band-aids, crap like that. Maybe for a minor cuts. Minor. That's all what's in my existing one. But the one that I have, it's too big. I wouldn't want a bag that size in each vehicle. It's, you know, it's probably 10 inches tall, 6 by 8 by 10. So it's just too big. Something small like that one I showed you. Be perfect. Just put some essentials in there. And then that way, at least I know that I always have, ow, something biting my leg. I always have utensils. What the heck was that noise? Something just made a noise out of my car. Huh. It's weird. All of a sudden my phone made a noise. There's no reception up here. All right, anyway. So it's a good lesson to be learned, right? Well, I'm gonna see what I can learn from this, maybe what you guys can learn from this. You know, like I said, too much stuff, not enough stuff. If you have different vehicles like I do, you can't buy 3 sets of everything. That's stupid, right? That's just stupid. But if you get something small, again, to supplement what you have already. Really, the only thing I almost didn't have here was a spoon or a fork, right? Which is dumb because I have a lot of them. They're just all in the same bag. It's not like I have to buy anything. I have little bags and stuff from over the years that kind of like, you know, some people love shoes. I'm kind of a bag person. I don't know why. So I have bags. And I have utensils. Instead of having them all in the same kitchen bag, I'll spread them out. That way each vehicle will have it. Be pretty cool. It'll be fun kind of organizing it. And I'll do a follow-up with you guys just to kind of show you how I've supplemented my existing stuff to make sure it covers. Now, the only other thing would be to take one of the pans. See, now I have a good pan that I found at Sportsman's Warehouse, I think, and it's better than the really thin backpacking pan. And the thin backpacking pan used to stay in this bag. Maybe I'll put it back in there, because if I had that, I could have cooked the steak. I don't think I've ever pan cooked a steak. It's always been on a grill or on a campfire, right? So I was gonna actually try that today. It was gonna be a new thing for me. You guys are like, what? I don't know. I just never thought of it. I guess a lot of people do it, but for me, it's just always been on a grill. Because remember, it's about the texture. So maybe I'll put that back in there. I think I need to go through the Jeep stuff, because if I've got a full kitchen and everything, yeah, I just got to go through everything, which is fun. Like I said, I'm making it sound like it's a pain in the butt. It's not. I really like doing that stuff. Sitting out in the garage, laying all your gear out, organizing it, getting it put away. And I use my gear, you know, I do. Some stuff I don't, because I don't bring it. Anyway, I guess this is going to be a shorter video today. I really wanted to, I was going to try and steam the vegetables in a pot without a steaming basket. I looked it up because I don't have a steaming basket, but I've got this cool pot that has holes in the top that you can use it as a colander, but it would also let steam escape. I was going to try and do that with the vegetables and then cook the steak on the pan for me for the first time, not on a grill. But we ended up with a backpacking meal. I did get out. I did get to go do a little off-roading. I didn't get rained on yet. I still got to get out of here and get home. And yeah, it was super fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, this was not planned to be a total screw up, but I was able to salvage it, right? I was able to salvage it a little bit. My stomach is grumbling just a little. I got a bit of an aftertaste from that stuff, so not sure I recommend that one. That one, you know what's strange about that particular meal, I don't know if Mountain House changed their packaging, but all the other packaging, which I still have some in there, they always tasted good. That one had a different packaging from Mountain House. Maybe it's low sodium, maybe it's, I gotta read it. I should read it. Anyway, you guys, I'm out of here. I'm gonna pack up, head out. I don't want to get flooded up here. There are still some major clouds threatening. There's some behind me here, but it's all blue skies this way. This is what it looks like at my house. Right there, right? And then everywhere else, I don't know if you can tell, but how gray it is here. Everywhere else around is like that. It won't rain very much at my house. But I don't go off-roading and camping at my house. I go out here, so. All right, now I am seriously babbling on. You guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it.